I know you're willing to fight for this and never give up. Your voice will carry me on. For every little word that I ever heard, I'll know what kindness brings. Something in the warmth of your heart. I try to find myself in every step. There's nothing I would want to miss. I hope you share the love that I enjoy. Then you will know a love like this.
Hello, everyone. Welcome. Salam sejahtera. Good evening. Welcome to our weekly Kingdom Group Coffee Talk session. This happens every Wednesday, 8:30 p.m. live through Kingdom Group My Facebook page. Do invite your friends to join as we will be bringing you interesting topics every Wednesday, from current issues to cooking, fitness to fun topics related to our life planners, and sometimes insurance information as well. So this is what Coffee Talk is all about. So please tune in. Okay, back to our topic today. Sex, expectations, protection, challenges married couples face in this pandemic. Why is it this topic? Okay, because working from home, work from home. This lockdown has either strengthened relationships or break relationships because couples have to balance their work life with their partners and their family. So I know of a friend who works non-stop and only walks out to the living room when it's time for a meal. So while focusing on work is good, the other half wasn't very impressed at all because this friend only goes out for meals and don't even interact with the other half. So this actually caused a certain strain on the relationship. But of course, things are fine now. So, when you're facing the person you love 24/7 without some me time, it may not necessarily be a good thing. So you may end up strangling that person or trying to kill that person or finding ways to get rid of the person. Or you may lose all the mood to do anything at all, right? So anything at all. So how do we get lovey-dovey and sexy again when you're facing this person all the time? So what are the expectations or rather desired outcome from that, and how do we protect what we love most? So today I have my friend who's an expert in getting in the mood. Okay, this guy is none other than Derek. Welcome, Derek.
Hello.
Wow, hello. Oh, you look
Into
so
the mood.
relaxed. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks,
It's good
Eugene
to
and
have you.
Kingdom Group.
Yes. So maybe a little introduction about yourself, Derek.
Hi, yes. I'm a father of three.
Oh,
Okay, I also have been using some natural solution. So actually, the one of the purpose of the natural solution that I use is actually to bring the bond closer together, the relationship closer together, right? Which I'm going to share
okay.
with you later.
Okay. Sounds awesome. Okay. So a little bit about your background. So you're with doTERRA, right? You're one of the founders of doTERRA Oils, and you've been in this business for how
9
long?
years.
Wow. Okay. So if we really need an expert to get into the mood, you're the man, lah, right?
I am still learning. I'm still learning. My wife, my girlfriend. So sometimes I call my girlfriend. Right, expectation
Yeah.
is equally high.
Okay. Okay.
But yes, I can share a few tricks, and let's have some fun together tonight during this coffee talk.
Okay. Awesome. Awesome. Okay. So let's dive right into the main topic for today. So to the slides, please.
Oh, yes.
Yes, the slide.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. Okay. We'll be. I guess Eugene, I can start now, right? So, basically, thanks for the introduction. Thanks to Eugene and Kingdom Group. I think next slide, please. I think in our, like what Eugene mentioned, right? In especially during pandemic, sometimes we be with our loved ones, right?
Mm-hmm.
For the newlyweds or the couples, right?
Yep.
Too much time together, right? Too much time together. But having said that, we also, I mean, I'm so glad that actually during this time we actually get ourselves closer and bond together. We have more time together. At the same time, I think important is the quality time, right? So what are the things? What are things? What are the three things that actually can regain the power relationship that you think that because of this pandemic, right? Maybe at the start it actually grew. You know, you're very happy because you have more time together. But you know, when the pandemic starts to get longer, then it's like, oh, you feel that it was too much time for each other, right? Then you say, I need some time for me time, like what Eugene
Yes,
mentioned just
yes.
now.
You feel suffocated, like ah.
Suffocated. Don't tell your wife that. Don't tell your girlfriend
No,
that, okay?
I think she's tuning in also.
Yeah, but so that's why, because we didn't expect the pandemic will last for 2 years, right? It's almost 2 years now.
Yes, yes, yes.
So I think these are some of the things that I learned over the years of pandemic. I would say, right? I think first thing is like we need to understand each other, right? Easier being said. I mean, the first thing that you can see that there's a jigsaw puzzle there, right? How to sometimes is, you know, if you go to work, right, you only see her like, you know, after work, or you know, when you have dinner together or have meals together, right? But when you see her every day, right, sometimes there's some friction there, right? So that's why you need to know how to navigate through this friction and understand each other. So I think that's one thing, right? Because you know, you have read, I believe you have known about the book, right? The men are from Mars, the women are from Venus, right? So it's like
Venus, yeah.
we men need to really understand the woman so much, right? And the woman sometimes also need to understand the man, right? But I think important thing is, you know, even though you're not married or even though you're just in a relationship, a new couple, we need to understand first yourself and then understand your other party, your other partner. You need to
It's
be in
important, yeah.
the shoe of the other party, right? Yeah, because when I was younger, really, I don't understand women. Really, I don't
So
understand my.
through experience lah. So now
Yeah,
you're a
I,
master.
I think I hope I can say that I still got a lot to learn, but I don't
Yes,
understand
it's a
my.
lifelong learning process.
Correct, correct. I don't understand my mom, right? I don't understand my you know, my loved one, my wife. But now there's so many women around me, right? My wife, my three girls, and my
Oh,
mother-in-law. Right? So we need to live in their shoe. So that's what I learned. The first thing, right?
okay, okay.
Yeah. So okay, let me maybe ask the audience, right? What do you think is the second thing? You can see the pictures on the right, right? I mean, for me, it's on the right. I mean, and for you, it's like, what do you see? What's the second picture that say, right? What, can you all, you know, share some views, right? Maybe I want to listen, and also you can type in the chat to say, what do you think is the second thing that can regain your relationship?
Oh yeah, we also have to mention to the audience that the three most interactive audience during this session will get three essential oils and an essential oil class worth 99 ringgit. Correct? Sponsored by you.
Yes, yes,
Yes.
yes.
Okay. So guys, please type away. Type away. Interact. Interact.
Actually, you know what? Yeah, while we're waiting for them to react or you know have answers, right? I,
Yeah.
I I I really you know learn a lot when you be in the other party's shoe, right?
Mm, mm.
Because when you're in the other party's shoe, then you realize that the pain they have, you know, because now during pandemic, right? We are living together so much. We wake up, we work, then we take care of our children, right? So it's I can see, wash if you're a woman at home, right? For those like you know, hope you know, the stay home mom, right? There's so much thing to do, man. So much.
Actually,
So
actually, it's true. Actually, really, being a mother is a full-time job. It's just no joke. There's so much to do.
correct, correct. There's one time that my wife actually went out to do some delivery and out the whole day, right? It's like, oh my gosh, it's like, damn, it's like the whole day I need to like be the so-called the mom, right? I need to take care of them, for shower lah, for makan lah, right? And make sure they attend the class, not online class, right? There's still ponting class, okay? My second daughter know the ponting class one.
Wow. Okay.
So it really is a full-time job, lah, right? So
Yes.
coming back to the second picture, actually, what we need to regain our power relationship is the sparkle, right? It's the surprise, right? You need to surprise, even though it's like you see, I see my wife every day, right? It's like, oh, there's a bit boring and dull already, right? So sometimes you need to give that little surprise, right? Actually, woman is a simple. Actually, human is a very simple, so-called animal, right?
Yeah.
So
Surprises, yeah.
correct.
Okay.
Even men also, right? You just give them little surprises, right? So like just for example, my last birthday, right? So I got this big surprise, not little surprise, right? Because she actually gave me a bouquet of bananas. I don't have the picture right now, but just imagine now those like Del Monte banana, right? It's in a bouquet, man. Right? So
Like,
so
wow.
that's really like wow. To her it's a little surprise, right? To me it's like wow, this huge surprise to me, right? So along the time, right, during pandemic or during even before pandemic, you need to give each other a bit of little surprises along the way. It could be just a simple chocolate, right? It could be you go into a grocery, right, and you get a simple chocolate bag and say that, hey, you know what? This is something sweet for you, right? So that you can, when you eat this chocolate, you can think of me, and we are a sweet couple as it is, right? So
Something, yeah. Something that reminds, like you get it from them. Then it's like, oh, it reminded me of you. So here's a little surprise for you.
yeah, yeah. I mean, before that, I really don't know. I mean, because like I say, right, I'm not very good with relationship and women, right? But these little things that you do, even that you can try out to your kids or to your girls, right? I got 3 girls, right? So it's like you just give them a bit of surprise, oh, they'll be happy the whole day. So it's very simple, right? Everybody needs surprise. So that's the other thing that actually you need to do to regain the relationship. And of course, the third pictures, right? That's the cowl picture, right? So the cowl picture that you see there, what do you think it is, all right? What's the third things that we should do to really regain the power relationship?
Any thoughts from the crowd?
Any thoughts? Any thoughts?
Communication. Oh, Clement.
Yes.
Clement says communication.
Patience, right?
Felicia says effort, patience. There's love also. So
Yes. All these are right.
Elaine says cherish each other.
Correct. Yeah. I think there's no wrong answer here. I guess this bunch of friends that we have, joining us, they are all very good at relationship. I think one of the things that to really achieve those things that I mentioned, patience, effort, relationship, cherish the moment, is actually spending time together, right? Two persons spending time together without the kids, right? Without the TV, right? And just have your own time together. It could be just a half an hour stroll in the park, right? Or just 15 minutes, talking to each other, heart to heart talk. I think that is very important. Sometimes like when we stay home so long, right? We thought we spend we spend a lot, good time with each other, right?
Yep.
Quality time with each other, but we don't, right? Every time we talk to each other, it's like, oh, about work, about the kids, right? About
Usually, yeah.
every other thing is not about both of you, right? So sometimes that you need to like have some heart to heart talk between the both of you, so that at least you understand her, she understand you, right? And then we move on to another stage already, right? Because if not, right, it's like every day we're busy, never neglected the feeling that she has, right? And later on, you feel stressful, you cannot sleep, right? Then you have nightmares, and
You
it's
have no mood for anything.
no mood for anything. So I
Uh,
think this.
Sorry, Clement mentioned that every week one date night. Actually, yeah. I mean, I do that, but not every week. I think Clement does it every week. So I think it's good lah, right? Just to reconnect once in a while. Like you say lah, don't talk about anything else except yourselves, right?
Yeah,
Then Mr. WT Foong says, rekindle relationship once in a while, have romantic dinner. Okay, I think that works.
correct.
What do you think?
Yeah, it could be just a movie night, right? But of course, you can't go cinema. But it's just a movie that both of you like, right? Then after the movie, then we can just talk about, oh, what do you feel about the movie? You know, just have some heart to heart sharing. Yeah, I think it could be 1 week once, it could be 1 month once, but at least you need to do it, lah. Right?
Yeah, don't do
Right.
it, then really it gets yeah, you feel more disconnected and further from that person, lah, I guess.
Correct, and feel
I think
frustrated.
frustrated, yeah, inside, right? You cannot let it out. Okay, Mr. Jasper Wong also mentioned that his wife surprised him by letting him buy Lego.
Whoa, wow.
So
Lego.
another Lego fan in the house.
Wow.
Okay,
Yep,
okay.
yep. Okay, so okay, now you know what it takes to regain relationship. I mean, these are three to me, right? I mean, these are the three key things, right? Then what other things that you think that can, you know, trigger the senses, right?
Mhm, mhm.
Right? Because sometimes when a relationship, you need to know what are the senses that trigger you,
The five senses.
the five
Okay.
senses. Because if you know the sense that your partner like, right, the sense that your girlfriend like, the sense that your boyfriend like, then you know how to trigger them. Some
Okay.
people would like it to see, right? So if you know that your partner like to see you beautiful, handsome, with lipstick, then when you go to Zoom, make sure you dress up lah, right? You dress up. You don't go on Zoom or do a video call when your hair is messy, right? And you didn't take care of your look, right? Because now we don't go anywhere, so
Yeah.
you don't tend to dress up, right? But that's not right? Because you sometimes you need to dress up for the moment, right? For the day, right? If you think that you need to dress up for that Zoom call, for the video call with you see, sometimes we dress up because we have that formal meetings that we have with our client, the formal meeting that we have with a colleague. But when you call your girlfriend or your partner, right? You just like, oh, okay, in your singlet, haven't brushed your teeth or haven't combed, right?
Comfortable, ma.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. Yeah, and of course, yeah, the next thing is you need to there's five senses: taste, right? So that's why it's like I already have a glass of wine to set the mood, right? So taste is
Wise man.
yeah. So taste is very important, right? When you spend quality time together, when I say that the third things that you do is spend quality time together, right? You might want to trigger it through a glass of wine, a piece of chocolate, right? Okay. And of course, the third thing is you smell aroma, right? Aroma is very important as well because why? Because taste only give you like four senses, right? You can taste is like sweet, sour, bitter, spicy, right?
Yeah.
But aroma, do you know our limbic system, right? Aroma actually can actually analyze 1 million types of different aroma, right?
Okay, that is interesting.
Yeah.
So speaking of smell, also just now Mr. Milan Doshi mentioned that he still remembers the perfume that his wife was wearing the first time he met her. That
Wow.
lasting memory.
Wow. Yeah, that's why you see the smell is so important, right? The smell
Yeah.
can actually keep the memory in the back of your mind, and still, the first time, like just now when I mentioned taste, maybe do you still remember the first time you kiss, right? I mean, not kiss a guy lah, kiss a girl lah, right? For us, the first time you kiss, right? The first
The
moment,
feeling, is it? Is it the
feeling of
feeling?
it, right? Right?
Okay.
Yeah, and of course, some people like trigger through aroma, and another one is trigger through touch, right? The first time you hold hands, when we're young, right? When we're still teenage, like, wow, oh yeah, my first time, I'm very excited. How to hold hands, right? The first time you hold hands. But all these things is important because our skin, our hands, our body, our skin, everything is actually mix of a lot of senses, right? So
Yes.
this is important, right? And of course, the last thing is like is our ear, our ear, right? We listen to music. So when you want to have that intimacy time together, right? Other than having a glass of wine, so to actually meet your taste, you need to have the aroma, but you also need to play some nice music, a music that both of you like, right? So you need to know. I think for us, like, right, I think Eugene, I hope you know what trigger your wife's senses or what trigger, yeah, her, right?
No, let's discover. I don't know. Okay.
Actually,
Sorry, we have a question. Miss Elaine Ng is asking, how do we find out like what is his senses? Oh, I think she's asking about her husband. How to find out your partner's senses?
yeah, you can actually try different ways. So sometimes you can actually because that's why you need to know. You need to first, the first picture I show, right? You need to be in her shoe, right? I mean,
Yep.
for me, a man, I need to be in her shoe, right? Then
Yes.
I try to see from her angle, right? But for you, if you're not knowing yet, you don't know it yet, right? You try lah. You try these five senses. Try maybe one day when you if you're staying together, then you just dress up very nicely. Then see what's the reaction from him. If there's no reaction, right, then maybe eyes is not, the sight is not an important stance to him, right? And
Okay.
maybe,
Okay.
maybe I can try another day. Is like have a very nice aroma in the house, or you wear a perfume like what Milan mentioned just now, right? Wear the perfume that you like and see if it trigger his senses or not, right?
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
If it still doesn't trigger, right, then you may want to think about touching, right? Touching. I mean, you can do a bit simple of massage, right? Shoulder massage, right? Hand massage, little touching, and see is the scintillation that he's looking for, right? Or could be
Mm.
music, right? If any other thing doesn't work, right, just play some music and see does it work for him or not, right?
But music, it has to be the music that sets the mood, lah, right? It can't be like dance music, right?
Yeah. I think
Okay. Okay.
correct. If I may go to the next slide, right? I mean, since we're talking about the sense on um, the first one on seeing and taste, right? Next slide, please. Taste, right? So when we talk about taste, right, you need to, other than the aroma, right? Other than drinking, right? You also can actually trigger it to playing some intimacy games, right? You can have some fruits, and you can eat it off each
Fruits.
other. Right? I'm sure you all know, a bit of foreplay here. We are allowed, right, to mention things a bit
No,
beyond
fine,
18,
fine. It's fine. Yeah. 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 Just
right?
nothing to.
Next,
Yes. Yes.
yeah.
Next slide, please.
Yeah, so actually is something that you all can try out, right? Because just now we mentioned already. Actually, we started on talking about the next slide, the next thing about hearing and also tasting and also aroma, right?
Yep.
Because so actually, the important thing is we need to know who the other party is, right? Who that
Mhm.
who what triggered that person, what kind of senses, right? And actually, the what I would want to focus is the three senses, which is taste, aroma, and also touch, right? If I
And touch.
can, yeah, right, because these are the I feel lah, because I feel that this based on research, right? These are the three body system that actually um, that really can give you a lot of desire and stimulation, right?
Okay. Okay.
So which one do you like actually, Eugene? I mean,
I think I am a touch person, and probably smell, lah.
smell, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
How
Yeah.
about the participants? I mean, can maybe some of the participants can share, what do you think your own sense? Sometimes we don't even know ourselves, first, then it's like you expect the person, hey, to buy you that perfume, right? But do you know what you like or not? Do you know what are the senses that you trigger yourself, right? Can we get some feedback from participants? What are the senses that trigger you?
Elaine mentions that touching confirm win.
Confirm, yeah. So make sure your partner know that you like to be touched, and and get you to the mood, right? It could be, so if you think that you like to be touched, right, then maybe during this time you can have a dance together, right? Maybe have you have a dinner, right? But maybe after the dinner you kind of game of a slow dance with the music, right? Sometimes maybe we just neglected, right? You think that, oh, we only need to go out and go for a dance, right? But sometimes you just set the mood, right? Just a dinner, eat house together, cook for each other, after a glass of wine or some food, right? Then you have your own dance together. So maybe one thing lead to another. After the dance, maybe you can give each other a bit of sensual massage, right? Oh, money.
Okay.
Just see money.
Money sense.
Oh, yeah. I totally agree. All the five senses need to be triggered by money. There's no two ways about it.
That's another sense. That's a sixth sense, right?
The sixth sense, all these five senses, right? The foundation of the sense is money lah. But sometimes, in Chinese, right, there's a saying that 邀请饮水饱. So without money also you can have your own kind of own intimacy lah.
So when there's love, you drink water also, you feel full.
Correct. When love, you really can just drink water and it can last for one whole week. So
Mr. Sandra Wong also mentioned must have good smell and touch.
Right. Yes, very much. Because with the right smell and touch, right, because it triggers the most senses, right? Because nobody wants to live next to a rubbish bin, right? So if when you started the mood, right, and you had a dinner, you had a dance, right, then after it's like, hey, how come you smell funny, your hair? Have you washed your hair lately? Oh, sorry, I don't mean you.
Yeah, me. Oh no. Yeah.
You have no problem with that, right?
Hey, no, that's easy, man. I'm like from bed to bathroom to work in 10 minutes. No problem at all. Mr. Milan Doshi also mentioned that men farts are louder than women, but women farts are smellier. I don't know what you think.
Yeah, but actually talk about fart, right? Actually, it's very interesting, right? So before, when we start dating, right?
Yeah.
When you want to fart, right? So how do you try to avoid? You
I'm
ways.
King of that.
King of
not avoiding.
Not avoiding. Wow. Then your partner is very forgiving, right? But for me, maybe I'm a bit china pet lah, right? So when I have that problem, right, I always find a place to hide myself and do it. But
so when I see you hiding yourself next time, I know what you're doing.
Yeah. But I think the funny thing is that after we get married, right, we just fight in front of each other.
Is exactly what Miss Tara Chong mentioned. Why not fart together?
Yeah. If that triggers you, if actually the fart aroma triggers you, then by all means, right, because there's some fetish, right, there's some fetish that you like, those kind of stuff, then it triggers you, that stimulate you, right? You can go for that. But we have some very beautiful aroma that can trigger the senses, right?
Okay.
I think if I can share the last slide, right? I mean, this slide. Okay. The first one is like, why do we need to have that good smell? Just imagine, right? Just imagine when you go out dating, right? The first night, when you want to like, you want to, people just now mentioned, I want to touch. I like touching, Then I like tasting. That means I like the kiss, right? But it's so hard, right? Your first night, on the couch, right, watching that, romantic movie, right? You want to, I don't know, you still remember lah. I mean, all this, we are all old farts here talking about first night, right? so it's like you want to,
long time ago.
Yeah, long time ago, right? But don't just stop there, right? You can have your first night after this. You can have your first night from now on, right, just do it differently, right? So,
Mhm.
but for those people that want to do the first night before, all right, the new couples, or you want to do the first night from now on, you actually can diffuse lavender because lavender
Lavender.
set the yeah, it actually help you to relax yourself, right? Because when I still remember when I first night, right? When okay lah, it's not my wife lah, okay, but I think she's okay, right? When first night, I want to touch my dad friend, right? So it's like oh, right, the anxiety, the heart is thumping so hard, right? It's like wow, cannot stop, right? So but you still want to touch, still want to touch her hand. I don't think of other things, touch her hand, and just try to like embrace, right? But it's so tough. It's so tough, right? If ever I know that the time there's lavender essential oil, right? If you diffuse it, right, it can really calm you down, right? And you set the mood, right? So for those new couple, right, newlyweds, right, you can actually diffuse lavender to set the mood and calm yourself down, right? For those old farts like me and you, I think you still need to set the mood and you can still diffuse lavender, right?
Lavender. Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. Yeah. Another one is sandalwood lah. Sandalwood is really, it's like a lot of women like sandalwood because it has that stimulating sensation.
Sandalwood. Sandalwood.
Ah, you never know that because it's grounding. It's grounding, but at the same time, right? It can actually stimulate. It's
Mm,
interesting, right?
mm.
Some people ask, right? Does all this essential oil has this aphrodisiac effect or
Yep.
not?
Aphrodisiac. Yep.
Yeah, yeah.
What
Like,
does it? It's like so what? Like oysters, like dark chocolates. So these oils also can do that.
yeah, there's no scientific research that say that it has this aphrodisiac effect,
Okay.
but it can provide you positive energy and positive stimulation, right? It stimulate your eye, no, not your eyes, stimulate your smell, right? Stimulate your taste, stimulate your touch, right? So it really, if you add on with your oyster, your chocolate, your dark chocolate, with the aroma of the essential oil, the essential touch using the essential oil, and the taste of the essential oil, right? I think you achieve the
The
that you need.
oomph moment.
The
So essential oils can be it's edible, is it? You can eat it?
oh yeah, yeah. That's why I say that the
Okay.
taste, right? So why I you can see that the rose, right?
Yep.
Actually, it's very interesting, right? So because our essential is a very 100% pure, and our one bottle of lemon actually made out of 60 pieces of lemon peels. So actually, we can use it to cook and also
Oh.
to drink, right? So what you can do is, well, I have to tell you, I shouldn't be telling in public, but you can actually apply some essential on your body, right? And you can taste it. It's just like you apply rose on your body, just like Milan just now mentioned, right? Oh, I still remember the first time his wife wear the perfume, right?
Yep.
So our essential can actually can taste. So you can apply some on the parts that you think is essential to you, and you can use the power of your tongue to to make it a bit more
The
sensual.
neck.
Yeah, right. The neck. Yeah, and do you know that in the history of times, right, in the Roman Empire, right,
Yep.
Roman Empire, right, Mark Antony, this Mark Antony is fallen in love with Cleopatra, and do you know that Queen Cleopatra? She's a fan of essential oil, and she's a fan of rose oil. Her ship, right? Her ship apparently, based on some historical articles, right? Her ship is filled with rose oil. That's mean like so when she sailed her ship to see Mark Antony, right? Wow, from afar, right, can already smell that. Oh, Cleopatra is coming to me.
Really?
Yes, yes, it's
Oh,
amazing because
okay.
essential just doesn't just it happens in this century. It's actually happened way before in our Chinese dynasty, way before in the Roman times, right? So and really, Cleopatra is one lady that know how to tackle guys lah.
Like a lot of victims lah. There were a lot
A
of
lot of
victims.
victims. A lot. Right, right. Of course,
Okay.
yeah. But which of these thing that which of these you mentioned that you like? You mentioned just now you like aroma and touching, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So if it's touching, right? If touching, then you should try to apply yeleng yeleng, right? Apply, do a simple massage, right? Make it sensual, make it slow massage, right? Because yeleng yeleng actually it can actually helps to not only calm you down but actually helps you to give you the performance that you need. You know, sometimes you need that performance, right? Not just rush through things. You need to take it slow, and at the same time you have the performance. But
Well, performance matters.
yeah, is
Okay,
there any
okay.
questions from the crowd? Like, what are the ways, what are the oils that you have tried and it works? Maybe you can share with us as well, right? Because these few oils that we normally use, right, is really good to really spark the love,
Okay.
let us go back and remind us of the dating times that we need, and one thing will lead to another, right? After the sensual massage, right? After the performance all night, then
Mm,
maybe something new will happen.
expectations.
The expectations, the expectation of a new one. So right, like just like me, right? Oh, one after another, right? Do re mi come out already.
Good performance and great expectations.
Yeah, unexpectedly, right? The expectation, came along with the price of my triggers.
Okay, there's a question from Mr. Vincent Tong. He's asking which oil would make guys smell more macho.
Oh,
Good question. Interesting.
wood oil is any wood oils will really makes you smells macho,
Okay.
right? You can use the sandalwood. You can still use the cedar wood, right? Yeah, a Siberian fir as well, right? So when she smell you macho, right? Wow, do you think that wow you can last the whole night long?
Keep going, keep going. We have another question. Yeah, Milan Doshi is asking any oils to enhance performance like Viagra.
Sandalwood, and jasmine, right? You just put 2 drops of sandalwood and jasmine on your palm, and you write it. You apply it to uh, the next to your thigh, right? Next to your thigh, right? And
Okay.
it really helps a lot, right? I don't use it a lot, lah. I don't use it a lot because my performance is very good. So I don't need it,
Ah,
but in case you all need it, yes, but you can
that's what
try.
you know lah. Okay, okay. So you're just sharing this tip. Okay,
But
okay.
even though your performance is good, right, you want it better. You can, because man, right, man, he can sometimes
Upgrade.
like do once or twice, right, but woman can do all night long. So up to you.
Okay, okay. Another question from Milan Doshi. He's asking, my wife's biggest complaint is my snoring. How to solve?
Snoring is easy. Okay, that you actually can diffuse easy air, right, to actually calm you down, and also you can apply the easy air oil onto your nose as well.
Okay. Do you know?
Mm.
So it helps. It what does it do? Does it like relaxes
Yeah, because
the
because last time my second daughter, right, she's a premature baby. So
okay?
so when we sleep at night, right, wow, you once I get into a room, right, I can hear snoring. I thought it's my wife lah. Mana
Oh,
tao, the snoring come from my second daughter. That time she's only 3 years, 2 to 3 years
oh,
old only.
okay,
Right.
okay.
Yeah. Then we realized that because her body system is not grown yet because it's premature birth, ma. So
Okay.
initially it's not fully developed yet. Then slowly when the body's fully developed, right, then you go back to normal. So at the time, right, when the lung is not fully developed, so we actually diffuse easy air or we apply easy air on her chest or on the nose, so you can really reduce the snoring. Actually, no more snoring now, lah.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
Yep, yep.
Okay, okay. Any more questions from the viewers? Uh, no more questions for now. Yeah, actually, everyone should ask more questions because the more interactive you are, you will win
Yes,
essential oils and free consultation with Derek.
correct. We teach you the sensual massage that you need to bring both of you closer together, right? Because
Mm.
there's a lot of interesting or sensual lean note that you need to know where to touch to trigger the love.
Mhm. Okay,
Yeah.
we have another question from Elaine Ng. Are all essential oils safe for pregnant women and children?
Yes. For all it, you when you use essential oil, make sure it's 100% pure, right? So as long as 100% pure, right, for pregnant women and children, you need to dilute it first because certain pure oils you have the pregnant woman and children, right? They may have a bit sensitive skin. As long as use 100% pure oil with dilution, is you can apply it. And for pregnant women and children, actually you can try. For pregnant women, actually you can use some of the wood oil to calm down. And for children, you actually can use some oils like lavender, so to have them for good sleep, so then they don't wake up in the middle of the night. Mm.
Okay, okay. Mr. Milan Rushi is asking how to get the missus into the mood.
So just now remember
Secret
the,
weapon lah, this one.
yes, just now just now you remember the last slide, right? There's a oil called geranium, right?
Geranium,
So
yep.
yeah, you either can diffuse geranium, right, or you actually can, uh, um, you know, massage your wife with geranium. Yeah, because geranium, right, it can just bring the euphoria out of you, right? Maybe sometimes, like, we are just too busy with our kids, right? You want to
Yep.
bring back the euphoric moment, right? The first night, all right, the first year or the first month, right? You want to bring back the euphoric moment, right? You actually can use geranium to do massage or actually diffuse. Actually, do you know that geranium also gives a lot of positive energy? If you diffuse geranium in your office or in
Okay.
the house, right? Actually, it can give you good chi.
Actually, what's geranium made of?
Yeah, geranium is a flower. It's a
Okay.
it's a flower, and they call it, the stepsister to rose, right? Because rose
Okay.
oil is really expensive, high in value. It's like a bottle of rose oil can cost 1,000 over ringgit. I have a friend that actually bought a rose oil for 10,000 ringgit, right? So geranium, right, is more affordable and is value for money.
Okay. Okay.
Mm.
That's good. Any more questions from the viewers? Okay. If there are no more questions, okay. So just now we're talking about sex. We're still talking about sex actually. Then of course when we say expectations, right? So what happens after expectations? Then it's protection. Why protection, right? So of course when you expect something really, then the baby comes out. Then of course you are also responsible to protect the babies, right? To protect your children. So when we talk about protection in this form, yes, as parents, we always protect our children, right? No matter what. It is an instinct, lah. It is instinct, right? That if anything happens to our children, we'll be the first to protect them, right? So beyond that physical protection, uh, of course, I would also mention that yes, it's also important to have them protected by way of insurance, right? So we will just go straight into this thing. Okay, so recently, yes, AIA, we just launched something also. It is protection for babies in the mother's womb. So this protection actually starts when you are expecting. You don't have to really wait for the baby to be out already, right? And then next slide, please. Okay. So yes, parents always want to make sure that the kids have adequate protection throughout their life's journey, lah. Right? No, because like they say, every child is important. Is they are an integral part of our lives, right? And you have three girls. So how do you feel about that?
Yeah, actually, what you just mentioned, right, is really important because, you know what, my second girl actually, she was premature birth, right?
Okay.
So, so she was actually 2 months in a NICU, so the neonatal ICU. So actually, wow, the cost is a bomb. The cost is a bomb. So if you have that protection, right, it really, really can help to lighten the load. Because at the time, right, at the
Mhm.
time, if you're parents with a premature girl, right, you know, to you, your baby is the most important, really, because it's a life,
Yes. Correct.
it's a human in your hand, right? So
Yep.
whatever, you don't care about whatever, right? But the problem is sometimes, if you want her to get well, you need to have that the kind of medical help, the kind of treatment, right? But sometimes all this kind of medical help and treatment comes with the money, right? So where we can get the protections, right, is through a scheme like a protection like from an insurance, right? Because it really does help. And not only that, right? Because throughout my children's life,
Mhm.
they have a lot of accidents one, right? Like last pandemic, my third daughter, my third daughter was admitted right during the second month of pandemic, and
Oh,
everybody thought that she was COVID. At the time, it's very
okay.
new, right? So she
Yep.
had
Yep.
three seizure between from my house to the hospital, right?
Oh
Thank
no.
God we have protection, right? Because the stay there in the hospital, it costs money, and at the time, pandemic is also making us sometimes making our incomes to come by is very low, right? Because
Yep.
there's no business, you cannot run any business, right? Without all this kind of protection, how can you survive, right? And this
Yes.
year, pandemic again, right? My my second daughter, right, the one that premature birth,
Yep.
broke her finger, right? Then
Oh
we spent another week
no.
in the hospital, right? But
Okay.
to us, it's like if you don't have that kind of protection, right? Wow, and we're not super filthy rich, right? How can we survive this time?
So yeah, protection. So this is also one of the senses that Mr. Jasper Wong mentioned just now. Money sense.
Yes, yes, money sense.
Okay, just a quick run through of some statistics that we have. Okay. So for couples, 200,000 couples get married every year. That's the statistics that we have, and 400,000 newborns every year. And the entire children population in Malaysia now is 23.3% of Malaysians are below 15 years old. So 7.6 million children right now. So they're the next level, like the future. So yes, we have to ensure protection for the children. And recently, AIA has just launched a new product, right? We call it A Life Joy Extra. Uh, and it actually covers, it's slightly different now, the product. It actually covers 13 to 35 gestational weeks before while in the womb, and then after that 14 days to 15 years old. Okay, so here's one thing, because we know there's always underwriting. So if the person is already a policyholder that has the lady plan, right, they don't have to wait to buy this for the baby. So the moment they are pregnant, they find out that they are pregnant and below 14 weeks, we will straight away get them covered and immediately protect the mother and the baby in the womb as well. So it's actually quite straightforward. Like this is something new lah. Because I don't know if your experience when you bought it for the kids also, there was you have to take some reports, you have to go and see the gynae and then send the reports to the insurance person, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not so straightforward, lah. I mean, yeah. So that we need to go through all those. I think this is really good. I think, especially we need the coverage from the moment you know that it's coming out right in the womb, right? So at least you give you the assurance, right? At
Yes,
this
yes.
time of challenge, right? We do not know what to expect.
Okay.
Just imagine now is fasa one, fasa one, fasa one. Okay, then suddenly you say fasa two, right?
Yes. This Friday, Fasa 2. Yeah.
Yay!
Okay, okay. Yeah, so now when existing AIA customers, the ones with the lady plan, so once they get pregnant before 14 weeks, they can straight away get covered. So that's really good, lah. Because I also understand, because I had some customers also who last time they were thinking of getting it, and then after that, because of all the reports and everything, then they couldn't get it, because of certain pregnancy conditions that made them diabetic or what, gestational diabetes, so they couldn't get it after that. So
Oh,
this I feel is really good, lah. There's no underwriting; it's straightforward, and they can straight away get it.
there's no
Okay,
condition lah.
there's no condition as long as you're existing lady plan customer, you can straight away get it. Okay,
Right.
just quickly go through to the prenatal coverage as well. Prenatal coverage, the next slide, please. Okay, so why is it important, right, to have prenatal coverage? Like you said, you see unfortunate circumstances, delivery complications, occurrence of newborn complications, child disorders, and just now you mentioned expensive neonatal hospitalization. May I know how much do you pay for the neonatal care? How much was it, the bill?
Is the money sense is so painful, man. In the hundred or thousands.
So sorry to remind you about this painful moment again.
Yeah, it's
Okay,
two
okay.
months. 2 months. 2 months. It's
2 months
really
in neonatal ICU cost
yeah.
about 100,000 plus lah.
Mm, yeah.
Okay, okay, okay. So statistically, moving on to the next slide as well, we also want to mention that 1,000 live birth dies before reaching the age of 28 days. Okay, that's quite a scary figure. And then 21.1 maternal deaths per 100,000 live birth. Okay, yeah, actually, it's quite a scary statistic as well. And
Yeah.
then next slide, please. Congenital abnormalities is 16,500 out of 550,000 babies. Down syndrome, 1 in 660 live births. Okay, this is quite a scary statistics as well. And then neonatal jaundice, this is very common, I think, right? So 70% of babies also would get jaundice lah.
Yeah.
Okay, and then moving on to next one, we talk about autism. Yes, autism, 1.6 in 1,000 children gets autism, and then ADHD, 1.6% to 4.6% of babies. Then dyslexic students, 314,000 has dyslexia, and then speech developmental delay, okay, 3.3 per 1,000. Okay, then the next slide also mentions that in Malaysia, about 12.3 deliveries are premature. So it's actually a very high statistic as well, lah. Because like you mentioned, your second daughter was premature also. Then we have a few friends whose babies were premature also, and yes, they did mention that the hospital bill was a bomb, lah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. I mean, another ways to try. I mean, if so I have unfortunate to be premature. Some people will go to the public hospital, right? So
Yes.
then that will cut the cost, right? Because they don't have the protection, right? So for those who have protection, right, they at least can stay on within the private hospital, right?
Mhm, mhm. At least there's a choice, lah, I feel.
Yeah, there's a choice, right? Important because sometimes the public hospital is not somewhere that's near your home, right? Right. So you might want to be stayed near to your family when you're at that kind of situation, right? So that's why if you have choice, it'll be much better.
Okay, it's good to have a choice. Okay, so yeah, this product, Baby Care Extra, yes, it provides pregnancy care and benefits for the child until he turns 5. Okay. And instead of 3 pregnancy complications, now we now cover 7 types of pregnancy complications,
Wow.
up to 10,000 ringgit lump sum. And for now, we also cover mothers because a lot of customers also say, "Oh, you only cover baby. How about me?" I say, "Okay."
Yeah.
Now we also cover the mother. So if anything happens to mom during childbirth or pregnancy complications, we will pay up to 30,000, depending on the plan lah. I mean, it's not much, but it's a good start because this
Yes.
plan for baby also now covers mother, so
Yeah.
it's good, you know. It's
Mm.
interesting. Uh, so within 30 days from birth, we also cover baby against inpatient care. So that you mentioned, hospitalization, right?
Mm.
So we also cover that now.
Mm.
Within 13 days from birth, any admission to the hospitals, cover all the medical bills for NICU, neonatal ICU,
Mm.
ICU, or HDU, high dependency unit. So we
Mm.
cover that as well. And then within 60 days from birth, we also cover infant care for phototherapy lah. It's for jaundice. So and the incubators as well. So I think it's pretty comprehensive lah. So it's a reimbursement up to 10,000 per lifetime.
Mm.
Also, it's a good start. It's something versus paying it from your own pocket lah.
Yeah, actually, we never really expect, because when my wife got pregnant, our thought is always think of like natural delivery, right? So mana
Yes.
tahu she got pre-eclampsia, right?
Yep.
Where you got high blood pressure lah, high this, high sugar, high this, high that, right? Then you cannot go for the natural birth, and you need to go for you need to must hospital and bedah lah, right?
Yep.
Right. So these are things that unexpected, right? I already been through life once, right? It's always good to be protected, right? Because the second baby that I have is premature. My gosh,
Mhm.
it's like these kind of things you never know, right? Because that's why sometimes you need to be prepared with an umbrella before the rain, right? These are things that, if we can afford it, definitely I think we should.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I totally agree. Not because I'm with AIA, but also because I've seen um, what I've seen insurance products work its magic lah when the time comes, right?
Yeah.
Of course, we'll look like sharks all the time. Oh, buy, like, but when there's a need for the product to work its magic, it does work its magic lah. I feel so far, and
Yeah.
it has helped lah.
Mm.
Okay, and then let's go to so for the baby plan as well. Instead of 15 congenital conditions, we are now covering 19 types. So we are currently the highest in the market. And for developmental disorders, like autism, ADHD, dyslexia, speech delay, we cover 4 types now. So whatever it is now, yeah, it's actually a good time to talk about this today because we just launched it as well. And this one is every year you get to claim 30,000 for all these things until the age of 5. So of course, yeah, it's I think it's good to have something like this lah.
Mm.
Because
Yeah.
sorry, because okay, autism also it can be discovered later on in life, right? Like mild autism. So yeah, it's better to have it covered lah, just in case. Sorry,
Mm.
thoughts.
Yeah, the funny thing in life is, right, as we I don't know what the environment we're living now.
Yep.
This a lot of unexpected problems in pregnancies, right? And after the pregnancy as well when it's birth. So because I think because of the climate, because of the things that we eat, right? So we cannot be so able to know what is expected. So all this unexpected event is good to have something that is protected lah.
Okay.
That's all I can say from my personal experience.
I didn't know about this until you brought it up today. So
I didn't know you're going to talk so much about this. I was like, get my money sense into
It's on the money sense.
instead of instead of the five senses, right? Just now you talk about
Money
yeah,
sense, the sixth sense.
yeah, you talk about autism, right? Actually, yeah, we have a few friends, and relatives also is autistic, right? So we can't tell is it people, why that person is autistic, right? But of course, I mean, if the person is autistic, it's good to have that protection. At the same time, we also have essential oils that actually can, calm calm the autistic children down, for so that they can be more manageable, and they can enjoy and also start to grow as a normal human being as well. Actually, essentially, it can really help a lot of autistic children.
I mean, I do agree also because it's considered natural remedies, right? All these things,
Yeah.
right? Instead of just taking medication, so this is actually the natural alternative to it.
Yeah, if I can turn back time, right, in our great grandfathers, in our ancestor days, right, even in our Chinese dynasties, right, why actually our natural essential is actually similar to our, for the Chinese is the dry herbs, right? When you go to the tabit china, right, the tabit china shop, right, not in drawers, right, all those dry herbs is actually the essential oils. It's just at that time when during our Chinese dynasty, right, we don't have the machineries to process it, called the steam distillation process or the cold press. So what we Chinese do is we dry lah, right? Because maybe the plant is in the jungle so far away, right? We dry the plant, right, and then we bring it back to the city where we live, and then from that plant we put 5 bowl of water and boil, become 1 bowl of very dark color water, right? And then we need to drink it. But now, the technology have made things simple. You just eat it in a bottle, so it's easier for us to use. Mm.
Okay. So yeah, you dry it and then you boil it and then you rehydrate it, then you eat it again. So yeah,
That's
you're like you mentioned, like now everything is like such a small bottle. It's so convenient. You don't have to boil it. You don't have to dry it. You don't have to do anything. You don't even have to pluck it. Right? It's all done for you. Okay.
yeah. It's the power of technology, right? Because the Americans, they really know how to do this steam distillation and cold press process, right? They can take 75 BG orange, right?
Yep.
Go through this cold press, and then you come up with a bottle of oil, right? And you can really actually we just made of a few bottles, not bottles, with a few cupcakes and also cookies using the peppermint oil.
Wow. How did that taste?
Oh, fantastic! Because you just need to have for 10 biscuits, right? For 10 cookies, my daughter used 2 drops. Then the smell is the aroma is fantastic, right?
Okay, sounds interesting. Maybe we need to try it soon. Okay. Let's see whether there are any more questions from the viewers. Any more questions, guys? Remember, be interactive, then you get a free consultation package and essential oils from Derek worth RM99. Okay, no more questions. Or any essential oil to boost kids' immunity?
Oh
Very good
yes.
question by Felicia.
Yeah, we have this blend oil. So in the world of essential, right, there's two main type of oil. We call it single oil or blend oil. Those single oil is what it means is the exact plant itself. But for blend oil, it's actually a mixture of different plants. So for immunity building, right, we can use on gut essential oil. It's a
Oh
blend oil.
God, essential oil. Oh, it's
Yeah,
already blended lah. Okay.
yeah. So that's why it's like, that's why I call it on guard, because you guide us through and protect us from the challenge of the environment lah. So I apply it to my children. They are 2 years old, 5 years, and 8 years old, right, on a daily basis, right at the start of the day and before they sleep.
Okay. Where do you apply it?
Okay, so I just put two drops on my palm and dilute with 1 drop of coconut oil, right? I apply on the chest, right, on the chest or on the back, lor, right. For those younger children, like maybe for babies, right, maybe 2 years and below, right, you can because it's a bit spicy on gut. So because there's
Okay.
clove
Clove.
essential
Okay.
ingredient, so you need to apply at the palm lah, or at the bottom of their leg or the palm.
Okay. And then Felicia is asking, how about essential oil for mothers during confinement?
Oh, sorry, oils for mothers during confinement, is it?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, you can actually use because when you are during confinement, right, you have a lot of vin. The Chinese call vin. That's
yeah.
why they need to eat all things with ginger, the bentong, the bentong
Yeah, yeah,
ginger. Right? So we
yeah,
have also ginger, but our ginger is not from bentong lah. It's from Madagascar because this ginger is very good. It actually relieve the wind from your body system. You can apply onto your lower abdomen or onto your arm. You know, places where you feel there is a bit cold, and also your leg as well. Actually, one experience that because when my second girl was premature birth, right? Actually,
yeah,
my wife, we are at the time we are in the US, right? So in the US, right, the Americans they don't the after she was given birth, then she went back to my brother's house, all right, to stay with us, and we try to cook some good food for her to eat, right? But the funny thing is, the next day the hospital called, hey, you know that your baby is in NICU. You better come back here because we want you and the baby, skin to skin. You remember the five senses. One of it is touching. They
yeah.
want the mother and the baby to be skin to skin, so that the baby touch the feeling, touch the body, and can feel the heartbeat of the mom, right? And they can smell the smell of the mommy, right? So they can give them the security to live on. So from
Oh, okay.
because of that, she never go through confinement, right? Because the Americans, the Masale, they don't believe in confinement. So then she just practically go to the hospital, right? Then at the time is almost winter, so the wind blow onto her, the hands and legs, then lah, because for us Chinese, right, we cannot wash ourselves, we cannot go out, of the room and stay on the bed for 1 month, right? Because
Yeah.
confinement, so that we don't get the wind in our body, right? But to the masala, they don't believe. So what happened after that, right? Because of she cannot win everything. So when she came back, right? Wow, when she doesn't even just turn on the fan only, wow, she can feel her whole
Mm.
body shiver. It's like the
Wow.
the
Okay.
cold is actually into the bone already. So what you
Yeah.
do is you apply the ginger and lemongrass onto it. So that's what she did, and now she doesn't have that kind of pain anymore. Mm.
Oh,
Mm.
very, very good information tonight.
A bit about women before and after birth.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I
Okay,
learned.
okay. Let's see whether we got uh any more questions. So
Actually, I have a
ginger.
question for
Yes.
your plan, right? So for your plan, it's like can if we have no not pregnant yet also can buy already, right? I mean, if let's say a new couple, right, a new marriage couple, so they can
Yep.
start buying the plan already, is it?
Yes, the lady can buy the plan for
Mm.
herself. So when they find out, if they find out when they find out they are expecting, they just buy the baby plan and it will automatically be tagged to the mother already. So there's no underwriting whatsoever. It's straight away the coverage starts lah, before week 14.
I see. Before week 14, okay. The
So
coverage,
usually we would know lah, right? After 2 months or like then lah, Asian culture don't want to tell people that you're pregnant. Wait until 3 months first, then everything is stable. So
taboo,
it's
taboo.
actually still below that time, no? Yeah. So it's actually doable. You can still buy it.
Right, right.
Mm, mm,
And you
mm.
can have as many as you can buy, is it? Because sometimes we have a lot of children, right? So how many times you can buy?
Yes, you can buy as many as you want.
Okay,
Yes, yes.
very good, very good.
Yeah, yeah. So let's see any more questions. So Mr. Milando, she's asking any essential oils that work like Spanish fly.
Well, don't know much about Spanish fly, but if you have flu,
Spanish flu?
you have the flu, right? If you have flu, then you can actually use peppermint or easy air, actually, to and clarify, right? So to get yourself out of from this flu, right? so you can diffuse the clarifying easy, because when you feel, right, so you feel that it's actually your breathing, right? So you need to actually breathe in. So then when you actually breathe in something that is natural and it helps with your lungs, right, it actually can help your lungs to grow stronger, and then you keep the flu away. Actually, I have another story. It's like, the time you before pandemic, right? We still use the LRT transport, right? So
Yeah.
a friend of mine, right, asked us to drop her at the LRT station. So she came into the car, right, and then we just 10 minutes later we drop her off at Kelangan LRT station, right? And then you know what? Next thing is in the trains, when she's on the train, right? She called us, very, and talked to us very loud. Like, said, "Hey, Derek, what do you diffuse in the car?" I said, "Oh, I'm quite shocked, lah, right? Hey, why she's talking so loud?" And, I say, "We diffuse easy air, essential oil." Oh, good, because my flu has gone away.
Oh, really? Just that 10 minutes, huh?
Yeah. So
Oh,
I
okay,
don't know about
okay.
Spanish fly, but if you have flu, you can use ECA as well. And you have bad snoring, you can use ECA as well.
Easy air. Okay, okay, interesting. Let's see whether. Okay, there's a question from Miss Felicia. Can I buy the protection plan after giving birth? What are the coverage like for my kid who is 1 year old? Oh yes, you can definitely buy the plan after giving birth. Of course, the plans are also according to the baby. Where is it? Hang on, hang on. Do I see it? Yeah, you can still buy the plans after the baby is born. For sure, that's not a problem. You can get the junior critical illness plan as well. That's also part of the package. Okay. What's next? Okay. So
Is there a
yes.
plan for men or not? When my wife is
Um,
pregnant.
no.
I feel very
The
stressed
the
out.
plan the plan for men are the normal plans lah. Okay.
Yeah.
So yes, if there are no more questions, yes, we can. Okay, as we can see on the slide, yes, do contact the person who invited you today for the coffee talk, or email us at coffeetalk.kingdomgroupmy@gmail.com to get in touch with us lah. And at the same time, also, you guys, please like Derek's Facebook page. Derek, what's your Facebook page so that they can follow and they can also contact you there? Yes, Essential
Essential.
Oils Wonders, right? On
Yes.
Facebook. Yes, from there you just like the page, and then you can also WhatsApp Derek directly and to get more consultation as well. And then yes, we want to see who's the winner tonight. Let's ask our back end tonight who actually won themselves the consultation and 3 bottles of essential oils worth 99 ringgit. Mr. Back End. Da, 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 da. Let me see. Okay. Let me check. Let me check. Okay, so we've got 2 winners, but you wanted 3 winners, right?
Can.
Oh, so it's
2 or 3 is can.
drum roll number 1, Mr. Milan Doshi. Thank you very much. You have won
Thanks,
yourself
Milan.
consultation and essential oils with Derek, and then Miss Felicia also another winner, and Miss Nasenda Wong. Congratulations! Awesome,
Yay.
awesome, awesome, awesome. So yes, um, we will contact you through Facebook to get your contact number and address, and then after that, Derek will send out the gifts, right?
Yep.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Okay, so any more questions from the floor? If there are no more questions, then any last tips before we end tonight's show?
From me?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Any tips to get into the mood after this?
Yeah, yeah. I think if you do not know the sense, what sense trigger your partner, just activate all the five sense, right? Just dress as sexy as you can, right? And let the aroma from your body, right, using the essential oils, bring out the mood. And also you can, play some, sensual games, right? As to the massage, right? Sensual massage, and also the tasting, and then turn on some really romantic music, right? If you like ballet, you can turn on ballet. Yeah, and just trigger all the five senses, right? And of course, don't trigger the money sense.
The money sense is a different trigger, that one. Okay, okay. That's awesome. That's awesome. So yeah, once again, thanks Derek. Thanks so much for joining us tonight. It has been very, very informative, insightful. So now that we know these five senses, okay, we shall try it.
Thank you for inviting Eugene and Kingdom
Thanks
Group.
for coming.
Really
Thank you.
enjoy the talk.
Thanks, Derek. Have a good night.
You too, man. Good night.
Take care.
I hope that people enjoy it too.
They do, they do. Okay, there you go. I hope you guys really find this useful. A lot of information was shared from Derek and I, and we were talking about it. I hope you find it useful. So don't forget to join us again next Wednesday, as we will be bringing you another interesting topic. So just like our Facebook page, Kingdom Group My, and then to see our updates so that you can tune in for next week's session. Okay, so with that, yes, also like our Instagram page, Kingdom Group My. Don't forget that. So with that, I will say good night and thank you so much for tuning in and being with us and being so interactive. That was lovely. It was a lovely session. It was lovely having you guys. So thank you so much. See you again soon. Good night.
I know you're willing to fight for this and never give up. Your voice will carry me on. For every little word that I ever heard, I'll know what kindness brings. Something in the warmth of your heart.